What's up, Tesla family? It's Ray J back with another video. And in this one, I want to break down what's happening with Tesla SPY in the overall market. I'm also going to answer the question, is there going to be some kind of Santa rally today based off what we're seeing on the charts right now? But just know that I am not a financial planner, so take nothing I say as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please check out my Moomoo link. If you deposit $100, you're guaranteed 5 free stocks. If you deposit $1,000, you're guaranteed 15 in total, not to mention 8.1% APY on invested cash. The offer ends very soon, in just about 7 days from now. Anyways, let's talk about what's happening with the market. So right now, Tesla's seeing some buyers who are stepping in. It's trying to break past the 436 resistance, and I think we're doing a good job so far at trying to hold near it. But the question is, can Tesla break this and start pushing for today? So I'll talk about that in just a minute. Just remember that there are headlines coming out about Tesla's next deliveries. This is starting to get a lot of hype right now. I think it's going to be very important for the way they end up continuing to move, and it's going to be affecting their share price very greatly. So I can't wait to see what this leads to. I think yesterday we just got some analysts out there who were essentially telling us that Tesla should be giving us about 515,000 of these deliveries just to end the quarter, which is going to be very bullish if they end up getting some some kind of like break of all-time highs from there. So that's going to help them break their deliveries record. This is still going to be affecting Tesla's share price. And then Elon Musk also told us that we're expecting 20 to 30% growth for next year. So that's important because with that in mind, whatever the numbers look like are going to be affecting that target. So I can't wait to see how Tesla does for the end of the year. Their sales are going to be very important. Besides that, the market started off on a low end yesterday, got a small dip, only to get bought back up and continue to push as the time went on. So that's what happened, at least to start things off. Besides that, I think that there is some news right over here that there's a buyout deal for Nordstrom, and they're going to be going private. Besides that, nothing too crazy is going on in the news. So it is Christmas Eve today. Just remember that the stock market is going to be closing early at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The New York Stock Exchange and NASDAQ will be closed. And then at 2 p.m., the bonds market is going to close as well. So just keep that in mind. It's going to be a very short day. The market's only going to be trading for about 3.5 hours after open. Don't forget that today's Tuesday, December 24th at 10 o'clock a.m. Look for some volatility as we have the Richmond Fed manufacturing numbers coming out. We'll see if this launches the market higher or not. So at 10 a.m., we'll see if the market holds up. Tesla does look a little bit more bullish here looking at this trend. We're going to be looking at this support right here at the 430 area. If we do end up projecting off 436, and if 430 fails us, we do have a risk of coming closer to about 425 and 422 as our supports. Now, if we break above 436 and we hold above it, we're looking for 440 as our target. Hold above, then we go up to about 445, right to this resistance, followed by the 450s. So the 4 hour does look a bit more bullish. We're holding up very, very nicely, and we're trying to hold above our 20 EMA. As long as we hold above 436, I will be favoring the upside. I think Tesla could be pushing for 440 and 445. So I most definitely see that potential. I think Tesla could continue this run. For SPY, we're looking more bullish right now. As long as we don't lose 595 or the lows from last Friday. If we do lose them, we're going to be looking for essentially 594.6 as one support. If that fails, we could be tipping back down to 591. But for now, as long as we're above 595, we're looking for 598 as our target, then back up into the 600s, especially as we have this imbalance to fill up here, which would bring us back up to about the 605 area. So we look more bullish. This does technically favor upside, and I want to see if SPY could hold above at least 595. As long as we're above that, we're looking for 598 and eventually 600 as our targets as we remain a lot more bullish. I think that ES is going to be testing 6051. That's going to be our 50 EMA, so the 6050s are coming. If we break these, we're going to be pushing closer to 6100. If we lose 6020, we're going to be dumping back down to about 6,000 flats. And as long as we break 6050, we're looking for a bigger push for 6100. There's a good chance that this is going to continue to uptrend. And if we break this, this imbalance over here is going to be attracting this a lot higher. So I see the potential in that. We'll look for a test of 6050 this morning. We'll have to see if we break that to remain bullish. If we do, look for an attempt to go higher. Now for Nvidia, as of right now, we're only up 0.42% because this is a tough resistance, the 140 area. I do want to mention that in the shorter term, there could be a breakout here. We might see some consolidation this 140 area before it attempts to break out higher. If we lose 140, look for 138 as the main support. If that fails, we have 136 If we break 140, I think we push all the way up to about 142.5. We'll see if this is a left shoulder ahead and then like a right shoulder that's forming. But overall, I think we're excuse me, I think we're holding up very, very well. Bitcoin is trying to bounce for 96,194, so I see a good chance of this pushing more. NQ is looking decent as long as we don't lose 21,785. We could be looking for 22,000 as a potential target. If we lose 21,800, we could be dipping back down to 21,707. But this is favoring 22,000 right now. It's trying to make higher highs and higher lows. The QQQ is breaking above 523, so as long as that's above, we're looking for 525 as our target, followed by 527 and 530. We look bullish. It's favoring upside as long as 523 does not break. We are doing a good job. Apple's looking more bullish. We're on a slight uptrend right here. As long as we don't end up losing 252, that area right there, and then 250. This is favoring upside technically as long as we're above 252, and we could be looking for 256 and eventually 258. So this has a lot more upside potential. So the IWM, it is trying to hold support. So we're going to be looking for essentially 224 as our resistance. If that breaks, we could push higher for 227.5. If we lose support right here at 219, we're looking for essentially 217.5. This is favoring upside for 224. For coin looks a bit more bullish. We could be looking for an attempt to break past 273. As long as we're above that, we're looking for essentially 282. And if we don't hold 273, I'm looking for a move back down to like 263. This is favoring as long as we hold above 273, this favors 282. Amazon looks a bit more bullish. We need to try to hold above 225. I want to see it hold above that. It's kind of consolidating here so far. As long as we break the high from yesterday, we're looking for an attempt to get up to 228. So there's some upside potential on this chart. Meta remains bullish, hitting 605, but this is going to be a tough resistance now at 606 actually. If that breaks, we're looking for the high from Thursday to be retested, taking us back up to 612. So breaks 606, we're looking for 610 to 612. And if that breaks, we pump all the way up close to this previous support, becoming resistance at 617. It looks a bit more bullish. As long as we don't lose 600, we're favoring 606 and eventually 612 to 610 as our next target. Microsoft is trying to rebound here. It did come very close to that 431 target I had. It actually went down to like 432, but now we're trying to hold support here. So we're still technically range bound between 440.3 and 431. So we'll see if we bounce here to get back up to like 435 and 438, but overall it's still range bound. Google, as long as we don't lose 195, we could be looking for an attempt to push for this imbalance at 197.5, then eventually the 198. So we'll see if that ends up being the case or not. But there is upside potential. The VIX is at support at the 200 EMA. We'll see if we lose the support at 16.5. If so, this imbalance could take us down to about 15.2. With that being said, I want to thank you all so much for listening. For now, the market looks more in favor of bulls. Even Tesla's trying to break out right here. We'll see if we could hold above 436. As long as that holds, we're looking for a rebound and attempt to get closer to 450. So look for a nice push here. Look for 440 is the first resistance, then 445. If those break, we're looking for a breakout on Tesla. So yes, there could be what's known as the Santa rally, but watch for confirmation because we have to break particular levels, and we're watching to see what happens at 10 a.m. with the manufacturing numbers. So just to be safe, be prepared for the bullish and bearish cases, but we do look more bullish on most of the charts, looking at, in my opinion. Anyways, thank you for listening. I'll see you guys in a couple of hours for another update. Don't forget the market closes early today, and peace out.